Hello and welcome to this third episode of this series. Today I'm going to talk about some issues that are sort of close to my heart. Now, as a farmer's daughter, you are brought up in a close relationship with nature and the livelihood of your family. And that wholly depends on the produce that the farming provides. So for someone like me, who has always been very much attached to animals, even more than people at times, sometimes I think that I was born a vegan. I remember refusing to eat meat when I was a kid, claiming that I do not eat my friends at the dinner table. And my parents, they were flabbergasted. And according to what they later told me, I was the only one of the siblings who acted like this. So they had to say that the meat came from Reykjavik, which of course was a total white lie to make me eat the food on the table. Now, one of the lambs, a very pretty brown and white ewe called Tauta. Now, she was my best friend. We had to take her in when she was just a very tiny lamb, when she lost her mother, and we cared for her in the house. And this was very common, that some of the lambs became motherless, so we had to take them in, and they were called heimalningar in Icelandic. Now, she was wonderful. She was very pretty. She followed me everywhere. She was very playful, very gentle, and had a fantastic character. There is a tendency to construct an idealized romantic vision of being a farmer. And even though you get attached to your animals, you will need at some point to make a hard decision regarding their life. So I remember scolding my father and scolding my brothers for this very often. And I remember particularly before my father started breeding cattle, there was an old man who lived in Vik, who always came to take away the calves from the cows, only when they were little. And I was practically kicking and screaming at him for the audacity of taking my new friend away. I couldn't understand. Yeah, my parents really had their hands full with me. And I was the youngest. So whenever there was a slaughtering at home, I had to be sent away. And this I didn't figure out until much later. Why sometimes in the autumn all of a sudden I was allowed to go to Vik to visit my cousins for a whole day? That was something I had to beg for at other times. And that, my friends, is precisely why being a farmer is not for me. I personally wouldn't be able to make such decisions. Plus, manual labor is not my strong suit either. So I think for me it's better to stick to arts in academia. I'm much preferring painting sheep than raising them. If I would raise them, I wouldn't put anyone down. I would only sell their wool, and that is not very profitable, unfortunately. If it were, I would probably be a sheep farmer. But thanks to the sheep, my parents and the whole family could earn a living. And thanks to them, I got to have a safe home, I got to have an education and a chance in life. So painting sheep is sort of my tribute to my parents' sheep for giving me a life. So I'm not just painting sheep because I find that they're cute or pretty. It is very personal for me. And this tribute of mine is the least I can do. And now it is a time for the third time-lapse of the artwork of the week. Now, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I look forward to see you next week, and thank you very much for listening and watching.